So, it's that time again. It's Fairyloot time. This is the June Fairyloot box and the theme is Broody banter. Let's get into it. This is what the box looks like when you open it up, and like I said, the theme is Broody banter. This is the spoiler card, which I am not going to look at as usual. And the first thing I see here on top is Mermaid tea, and it's strawberry and kiwi flavour. Yum. I can't really smell it through the packaging, but it does have brewing instructions on the back as well as the ingredients, which include apple, hibiscus flower, rose hip, strawberry, kiwi, among other things. And it is inspired by Lyra from To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo, which is a book that I have read, so it's a fandom I'm familiar with. This is shocking, but I really like that. I actually really love loose leaf tea, but I've never had a loose leaf fruit tea, so I'm interested to try that actually. Next up we have an enamel pin, which is inspired by Blood Witch Oduin from the Witchlands? I don't know, I haven't read that series yet. So we're back to business as usual. It says sometimes justice was all about the small victories, and it's like a bloody arrowhead, which is kind of gross, but also kind of cute, and I can add it to my pin banner, which is out of shop. Next up we have a Raven Boys iron-on patch, which says I am being perfectly fucking civil, inspired by Ronan from the Raven Boys, which again is a fandom that I haven't yet joined because I haven't read the books yet, but they are on my very, very long TBR. I'm sure I will get there eventually. Maybe. This next item is crazy cool. These are Broody banter paperclip set, and they're really heavy. I have no idea what they are inspired by, but it says mad but fab on it, and I'm pretty sure that at least one of these characters is Fae. So I will have written somewhere on the screen for you which fandom this is for, but these are so cool. In fact, I think that these might be from multiple fandoms, because there's definitely a Fae character here, but there's also a character that's potentially from the Shadowhunter Chronicles, because it looks like they've got a rune drawn on their neck. So I don't know, but these look crazy cool, and I am super impressed. That's such a cool and inventive item, and how many times can I say the word cool in one clip? A lot, apparently. Then we have a pair of ankle socks, Simmer Down Kitten ankle socks, inspired by Damon from the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which I did read a really long time ago, and I can't really remember much about the series, but I do remember that I enjoyed it. So that's cool. And these are fun. They say Simmer Down Kitten on them. And actually it's pretty clever to do ankle socks because it's summer coming up. Well, you know, as summery as we get in the UK. But, you know, there are subscribers in countries who probably get proper summers, so that's good. Then we have our next reading journal, which is for July to December. I have to admit that I haven't necessarily kept up to date with my last reading journal, but I do like using it when I remember to. And it's all the usual stuff in here. So you have a piece of artwork followed by month at a glance, and then books you've read, favourite quotes, random thoughts, and then it moves on to the next month. So they are really useful, and if I remember, I will carry on using it. Then there's this really interesting box which has Fairyloot on the sides, and on top it says, and above all, watch with glittering eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. By Roald Dahl. I'm intrigued by this box. Oh wow! Oh, okay, so this is a trinket box. I remember that they did say that there was going to be a trinket box in this box. It says volume 1 on it. It's really cute. It's in the shape of a book, which is, you know, incredibly apt. And inside it says, a diary with no drawings of me in it. Where are the torrid fantasies, the romance covers? Cassandra Clare, City of Bones, Jace. Wrong Kind of Witch by Sarah J Maas, Heir of Fire and Manon. How has the night been going for you? Mine has been full of dull conversation about how my head is going to find itself on a spike. Holly Black, The Cruel Prince, Carden. Just so you know, if it comes down to cannibalism, you get eaten first. J. Christoph, Nevernight, Mia. Technically, I am a murderer, but I like to think that's one of my better qualities. Alexandra Christo, To Kill a Kingdom, Lyra. I hope you weren't looking to me to be the voice of reason. I keep to a strict diet of ill-advised enthusiasm and heartfelt regret. Lee Bardugo, Ruin and Rising, Nikolai. He knew the law of such things. People in brightly lit places cannot see into the dark. Marie Rothowski, The Winner's Curse. Aaron? Say provoking again. Your mouth looks provocative when you do. Becca Fitzpatrick, Hush Hush, Patch. I've read a few of those, but this is really, really cool and actually super useful because I think that I will use this to keep, well, I'll link up above a video where I reorganised my shelves and you will see all the junk on my shelves that I don't want to get rid of because I'm a hoarder, sort of a hoarder. Basically I don't like getting rid of stuff, so now, my foot was going to sleep, apologies. Now I have somewhere to appropriately put these items that I probably don't need to keep. Then we have the next 2 tarot cards, and I am super excited about these because they are Harry Potter inspired, and we have Dumbledore as the Magician with Fawkes the Phoenix, and I'm guessing that is Tom Riddle as Death, which is, you know, incredibly apt. And we have a new artist as well for the artwork on these, and I can't remember off the top of my head who that artist is, but I will have written it on screen, and those are really, really lovely, and I love that artwork. It's super pretty. I think the next 2 boxes after this one are going to have Harry Potter based fan art, so super excited. Then there's a wood mark, super cute. So that's what it looks like. And it says, he tasted of sweet liquor and every delicious dark dream she'd ever had. Eloise Cover, Fire Falling. I have absolutely no idea what that's from. I'm guessing from Fire Falling, but I've never heard of it. But it's really, really pretty woodmark anyway, and I like it. Then there's a promotional item for Shadow and Flame by Mindy Arnett, which is the sequel to Onyx and Ivory, which I think was included in a Fairyloot box at some point last year. I wasn't subscribed at the time, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's right. So it's out now if you're interested, according to this. Then we have a piece of artwork. Oh, I think this is from Avatar: The Last Airbender, which Lee and I have only just started watching. I've never seen it before, Lee has, but I've never seen it before and we just started watching it. And it's got a short comic strip on the back, which is really cute. I think that's super cute. And as you might have noticed, I have put up some of the Fairyloot artwork on my wall, so maybe I will find space for this one as well. And then we come on to the book pouch, that way round. And as usual, I am going to take the items out whilst attempting to not reveal the book to myself. However, having said that, I am fairly certain from the description that was given by Fairyloot of the book this month that it's going to be Sorceress of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. So we'll see in a second if I'm right. But first of all, we've got the bookmark that matches the spoiler card, the Fairy Scoop, which is actually a pretty thick one, but I'm not going to look at it because it will spoil. And then the author letter and artwork. And I've just seen that it says Margaret at the bottom, so I'm now even more sure that I am right. I am right. It is Sorcery of Thorns. It's sorcery, not sorceress. That's my bad. But Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, and it has, I'm not sure if this is going to pick up, but it's got shimmery green sprayed edges, and I'm actually super glad that I was right about this, because from what I've heard about the synopsis for this book, I'm really interested in reading it. And it is signed by Margaret Rogerson, and I will read you, oh actually we need to look at the naked hardback first, don't we? So it's a forest green colour with gold lettering on the spine, and the synopsis reads, all sorcerers are evil. Elizabeth has known that as long as she has known anything. Raised as a foundling in one of Ostermere's great libraries, Elizabeth has grown up among the tools of sorcery, magical grimoires that whisper on the shelves and rattle beneath iron chains. If provoked, they transform into grotesque monsters of ink and leather. She hopes to become a warden, charged with protecting the kingdom from their power. Then, an act of sabotage releases the library's most dangerous grimoire. Elizabeth's desperate intervention implicates her in the crime, and she is torn from her home to face justice in the capital. With no one to turn to but her sworn enemy, the sorcerer Nathaniel Thorne, and his mysterious demonic servant, she finds herself entangled in a centuries-old conspiracy. Not only could the great libraries go up in flames, but the world along with them. As her alliance with Nathaniel grows stronger, Elizabeth starts to question everything she's been taught about sorcerers, about the library she loves, even about herself. For Elizabeth has a power she has never guessed, and a future she could never have imagined. And also, I just want to mention that it says on here that it's for ages 14 and up, which I really appreciate, and I think that that should be included in books more often, because sometimes, you know, if you go into a shop and you're looking in the YA section, I really think that this needs to be sorted out, but YA at the moment covers all the way from 12 to 19, 20, and I mean, something that's suitable for a 19-year-old isn't necessarily going to be suitable for a 12-year-old. So I think it's a really good thing that they've added the age guidance to the inside cover, because it means that you can more easily tell if it's going to be suitable. So for example, I haven't read them, but a friend of mine has, and I know a lot of people on BookTube have. The ACOTAR series by Sarah J Maas is, so I hear, a little bit explicit in places, but it's sold in the YA section, so a 13-year-old could easily go and pick that up and it wouldn't necessarily be appropriate. So, I mean, it's a random point for me to make, but I think it's nice that it says that, and I am super glad that this is the book this month, and I am super excited to read it. And as always, this was a fantastic box. I am looking forward to trying myself some strawberry and kiwi flavoured tea, because I really like strawberries and I like kiwi and I like tea, so that sounds like a great plan. This box is crazy cool, and I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed by these paper clips. I think that's such a brilliant item. And that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this from me, then do think about hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks. Bye.